Lionel Richie here, and my title. I'm the artist in the room. Excuse me. I should say singer in the room. No. I should say I was there. I was there.
Hi, I'm Bao Win, and I'm the director.
That's
Hi.
simple. That was good.
That's
That was
pretty
good.
good. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Julia Nottingham and I'm the producer.
Okay, so The Greatest Night in Pop is the unlikely story of 46 musical icons making one of the greatest songs of all time, We Are the World, on a January night in Los Angeles.
There's a moment in time when you actually did it that you will say, "I don't remember what was happening. We were in the zone." 39 years ago, in the zone. What did you look like? What did you act like? What did Bruce act like? What did Cyndi Lauper act like? I mean, we were kids in the room creating. And then 39 years later, you realize we did it. I mean, we actually did it, but you get to step back in time to actually see with this wonderful help of these two beautiful people, they put it together. They put the fantasy and they brought it full circle. I can now sit back and watch us in the zone of creating We Are the World. I can actually tell you, honestly, I don't know how we did it because the perspective is it was impossible to do. It's impossible. I keep thinking today, could we pull that off? The answer, absolutely not. Truthfully, no agents, no managers, no publicist. I called the artist directly. Bruce, I'll be there. Cindy, I'll be there. Excuse me, you can't pull that off today. The next thing is you get there. So how does the song go? Bruce didn't know how the song, in other words, he showed up on faith. But the concept is, could you pull that off today? Never. So to see how we did this, let me even go further. We had to do a video that night. We documented that night. That's two separate crews. We had three single photographers to shoot just the stills. And on top of that, we had to edit all three of that, get the song in from 1 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock in the morning. That's the time we had to record the whole song. Sounds impossible? It was impossible. So to see it line up as these two beautiful people did, sit there clip by clip, edit by edit, line up, what do you think? Da, 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 da. Oh my God, I discovered exactly what we did that night in real time.
Just because it had never been told in such an immersive way, I think, you can watch archive and it can be more like wallpaper and you can view it as if it was a gallery. What we wanted to do was take people back and, really have a nostalgic trip, to the 80s, to LA, and then who would ever, imagine that they could be in the room with these huge, global icons? And I think, Bao successfully did that. You watch this movie and you feel like you're on the shoulder of Stevie and Lionel giggling, all those moments. And yeah, for us, it was as soon as we knew that we could access all the footage, that was when I knew that Bao was the perfect person. We'd made Be Water that was, an archive, a solely archive film. And yeah, I knew he was the guy for the job.
I mean, I'm always trying to figure out, am I the best person to tell a story? What is my connection to it? And I was definitely, as you said, 2 years old when it came out, but my parents didn't speak any English. But they had Lionel Richie albums. They had Kenny Rogers albums. They played We Are the World all the time. And so I think it was like really important for me to like, how do I find that connection again to like my parents' generation as well? And you're looking at me like that. It's like,
I'm laughing.
but no.
I'm going to tell the story just for. Why am I laughing at you? Why am I laughing at you? Because I went on American Bandstand for the first time, and I met Dick Clark for the first time, and I said, "Oh, Mr. Clark, I just want to tell you, I've been such a big fan ever since I was a small kid, and I grew up with you, and now I'm face to face with you." And his opening line to me was, "Go to hell, Lionel."
You can tell me to go to hell.
No. So now here you are, flip time, and you say, "Oh yes, I was a little bit right." It was good.
Okay. But no, I mean, it was such a moment. I heard "We Are the World" over and over again at my house, and it's not just a moment in culture, like pop culture, but global culture. The way that it bridged all these different borders and people from all over the world still to sing the song. I go to a karaoke bar and anywhere in the world, people know the lyrics to We Are the World, even if they don't know English. And so I wanted to like kind of capture that feeling and just like go behind the magic of like what it took to create such a moment, because I think, as Lionel said today, it's really hard to kind of do that nowadays. And so maybe this film is a way to kind of spark the inspiration for a project that could be like, We Are the World. I mean, we're so grateful that, it could be on Netflix.
Oh.
I joke that my mom can finally see one of my pieces in a Vietnamese dub, right? And so I'm just excited to really share this project to like literally the world. I think Netflix is the perfect home for it.
Perfect place.
And January 29th, it's like I can't wait to hear everyone's thoughts. It's a bit nerve-wracking in many ways, but also we're happy to kind of share this gift to the world.
Totally. I mean, this project was a collaboration from the moment we all kind of connected, I suppose, and really Lionel's, his stamp of approval on the project meant that the doors were open to other artists. Everyone, Huey felt safer. Kenny Loggins, everyone, and that's the beauty. And actually, you were the best. Lionel was the best partner because he opened all the doors, but then he said, "Go make the film."
Right.
And it was a great relationship.
The philosophy is you don't hire Picasso, then tell him how to paint. I know how to do the lyrics. You have to know what you don't know. And so in this case, did I want to go and open up that can and pull in and say, I like that clip better than that? Are you kidding? That's way out of my pay scale. So what happens here is I love turning it over and then coming back and say, oh, let me tell you the story about that. Because actually, for the first time, I'm discovering yet again a piece that I knew was happening, but I was so busy trying to keep and put that fire out over here, I missed that scene over here. So it was great to plug me in when they needed me. But more importantly, I wanted the artist. I'll tell you a story. My job during We Are the World, I was the floor monitor. In other words, any fires on the floor, my job was to put them out. Quincy's going to get the total group together. Umberto was going to do the engineering. My job was check with Michael. Have you heard anything? Anything going right? Everything going wrong? Everything was going wrong. So when Quincy would say to me, how's everything going? I said, do you want me to lie to you or do you want me to tell you the truth? And the answer is, it's terrible. But we pulled it together.
For me, it's the Michael a cappella moment. His first moment. He sings the first line, as in the studio. When the studio hears the song for the first time, they are hearing it through him, and it just sends chills, through your spine, and you're just reminded of what an amazing artist he was.
Besides that scene, because that was mine too, because that was without the music. It was just him doing a cappella. What I loved the most was we were a room full of kids. I mean, that's 39 years ago. And it's my job to keep everybody serious and centered. There's a scene in there where Stevie and we turn into kids. And we're talking and cracking jokes. And Quincy wants us to stop talking. It's like being in school. Little Stevie, little Richie, can you stop doing this? And Stevie said, after he hollered at us, Stevie said, Quincy, because we had never heard him holler at us before. So we were the kids in the room. I love that part.
I would say, there's so many moments where all these icons are just nervous and vulnerable and willing to help each other. And for me, like the Bob Dylan moment was like really beautiful because, you have that expectation because Bob Dylan's such a legend that he's just going to come up to the mic and totally kill it. But then, there's a humorous moment that comes across. But at the same time, everyone around him is trying to help him. Like Lionel's like, clear the room. Like, we can't have all these people around him. And then Stevie comes up and helps him sing it. And that's just a beautiful moment that I think really encapsulates the humanity of the night a bit. And so I really love that scene.